Whatever may be said in praise of poverty, the fact remains that it is not possible to live a really complete or successful life unless one is rich. No man can rise to his greatest possible height in talent or soul development unless he has plenty of money. The basis of all advancement for man must be the science of getting rich. The object of all life is development, and everything that lives has an inalienable right to all the development it is capable of attaining. Man's right to life means his right to have the free and unrestricted use of all the things necessary for his fullest mental, spiritual, and physical unfoldment, or, in other words, his right to be rich. To be really rich does not mean to be satisfied with a little. The purpose of nature is the advancement and unfoldment of life, and every man should have all that can contribute to the power, elegance, beauty, and richness of life. The man who owns all he wants for living the life he is capable of living is rich. The desire for riches is the desire for a richer, fuller, and more abundant life, and that desire is praiseworthy. Success in life is becoming what you want to be. You can become what you want to be only by making use of things, and you can have the free use of things only as you become rich enough to buy them. There is a science of getting rich, and it is an exact science like algebra or arithmetic. There are certain laws which govern the process of acquiring riches. Once these laws are learned and obeyed by any man, he will get rich with mathematical certainty. The ownership of money and property comes as a result of doing things in a certain way. Those who do things in this certain way, whether on purpose or accidentally, get rich, while those who do not, no matter how hard they work, remain poor. Getting rich is not a matter of environment. Rich and poor live side by side and often engage in the same vocations. When two men are in the same business and one gets rich while the other remains poor, it shows that getting rich is not primarily a matter of environment. It is the result of doing things in a certain way. This ability is not due solely to talent. Many people with great talent remain poor, while others with little talent get rich. Getting rich is not the result of saving or thrift. Many penurious people are poor, while free spenders often get rich. It is not about doing things others fail to do. Two men in the same business can do almost exactly the same things, yet one gets rich while the other fails. Therefore, getting rich is the result of doing things in a certain way. Any man or woman who can do things in that way can become rich, making the process a matter of exact science. This certain way is not difficult. Anyone with the ability to read and understand can get rich. It's not dependent on environment, business, or profession, but on doing things in a certain way. If you start doing things in this certain way, you will begin to get rich. Even the poorest person can start to get rich by beginning in their present business and location, following this certain way, which leads to success. No man is kept poor because opportunity has been taken away from him. While certain fields, like railroads, may be monopolized, other channels remain open. For instance, the electric railway business and future aerial transportation offer new opportunities. Even if you are a worker in a monopolized industry like the steel trust, you can still become rich by acting in a certain way. Opportunities now favor agriculture and allied industries more than factory work. The factory workers are not kept down by their masters but remain where they are because they do not do things in a certain way. There is no shortage of riches. The supply is practically inexhaustible. Everything is made from one original substance, and this formless stuff is unlimited. Nature is an inexhaustible storehouse of riches, alive with creative energy, constantly producing more forms. No man is poor because nature is poor. The formless stuff responds to human needs, and there can be no lack unless the universe contradicts itself. The resources of the formless supply are available to anyone who acts and thinks in a certain way. Thought is the only power that can produce tangible riches from the formless substance. This substance, which thinks, forms everything by its thoughts. As it thinks of a form, it takes that form. As it thinks of a motion, it makes that motion. All creation follows this principle. Man, as a thinking center, can originate thought and cause the creation of forms. Historically, man has only reshaped existing forms with manual labor, without considering that he can produce new forms by impressing his thoughts on formless substance. This book aims to prove that anyone can do so. 3 fundamental propositions summarize this principle. 1. There is a thinking substance from which all things are made. 2. A thought in this substance produces the form of that thought. 3. Man can form things in his thought and cause their creation by impressing his thought on formless substance. To think truth, regardless of appearances, is key, as appearances tend to influence our thoughts. Mastering this requires effort, but leads to the power to create desired outcomes. Believing these fundamental propositions is the first step towards getting rich. The intelligent substance, which is all and in all, desires increase of life. Every living thing seeks enlargement of its life. Life multiplies itself through living. Intelligence also seeks continuous increase. Every thought leads to another. Consciousness expands, knowledge increases. Every cultivated talent brings the desire for more. We must get rich to live more fully. The desire for riches is the capacity for larger life seeking fulfillment. It is power-seeking manifestation, like the growth of a plant. The one substance desires more life in you, hence it wants you to have all you can use. It is God's desire that you should get rich, for better expression through you. Nature supports your plans. Everything is naturally for you. To get rich is to live fully, physically, mentally, and spiritually, without excess. Wealth enables enjoyment, learning, and contribution. It is right to give your best thought to acquiring wealth. Substance makes things for you without taking from others. You are a creator, not a competitor. Riches acquired through competition are transient. Focus on the limitless riches of formless substance, knowing they are coming to you. I say that you do not have to drive sharp bargains. This means that you are above the necessity for having any dealings with your fellow men. I mean that you will not need to deal with them unfairly. You do not have to get something for nothing, but can give to every man more than you take from him. If you have people working for you, you must take from them more in cash value than you pay them in wages. But you can so organize your business that it will be filled with the principle of advancement, and so that each employee who wishes to do so may advance a little every day. If you fix upon your consciousness the fact that the desire you feel for the possession of riches is one with the desire of omnipotence, your faith becomes invincible. The desire you feel for riches is the infinite, seeking to express himself in you as he sought to find expression in the little boy at the piano. The first step toward getting rich is to convey the idea of your wants to the formless substance. This is true, and you will see that in order to do so, it becomes necessary to relate yourself to the formless intelligence in a harmonious way. To secure this harmonious relation is a matter of such primary and vital importance that I shall give some space to its discussion and give you instructions which will be certain to bring you into perfect unity of mind with God. The whole process of mental adjustment and atonement can be summed up in one word: gratitude. First, you believe that there is one intelligent substance from which all things proceed. Second, you believe that this substance gives you everything you desire. And third, you relate yourself to it by a feeling of deep and profound gratitude. You must form a clear and definite mental picture of what you want. You cannot transmit an idea unless you have it yourself. You must have it before you can give it. Many people fail to impress thinking substance because they have themselves only a vague and misty concept of the things they want to do, to have, or to become. It is not enough that you should have a general desire for wealth to do good with. Everybody has that desire. It is not enough that you should have a wish to travel, see things, live more, etc. Everybody has those desires also. If you were going to send a wireless message to a friend, you would not send the letters of the alphabet in their order and let him construct the message for himself. Nor would you take words at random from the dictionary. You would send a coherent sentence, one which meant something. When you try to impress your wants upon substance, remember that it must be done by a coherent statement. You must know what you want and be definite. To set about getting rich in a scientific way, you do not try to apply your willpower to anything outside of yourself. It is wrong to apply your will to other men and women in order to get them to do what you wish done. If compelling people by physical force is robbery, then taking things by mental force is robbery also. There is no difference in principle. The science of getting rich does not require you to apply power or force to any other person. You do not need to apply your will to things in order to compel them to come to you. To get rich, you need only to use your willpower upon yourself. Use your will to keep yourself thinking and acting in the certain way. The more steady and continuous your faith and purpose, the more rapidly you will get rich, because you will make only positive impressions upon substance. As this impression spreads, all things are set moving toward its realization. Every hour and moment you spend in giving heed to doubts and fears sets a current away from you. Guard your thoughts and command your attention. You cannot retain a true and clear vision of wealth if you are constantly turning your attention to opposing pictures, whether they be external or imaginary. Do not tell of your past troubles of a financial nature. If you have had them, do not think of them at all. Do not tell of the poverty of your parents or the hardships of your early life. To do any of these things is to mentally class yourself with the poor for the time being, and it will certainly check the movement of things in your direction. Let the dead bury their dead, as Jesus said. Put poverty and all things that pertain to poverty completely behind you. You have accepted a certain theory of the universe as being correct, and are resting all your hopes of happiness on its being correct. And what can you gain by giving heed to conflicting theories? Thought is the creative power. Thinking in a certain way will bring riches to you. You must not rely upon thought alone. Your personal action must supplement your thought. The scientific use of thought consists in forming a clear and distinct mental image. Do not try to project your thought in any mysterious or occult way. Your faith and purpose positively impress your vision upon formless substance. It is not your part to guide or supervise the creative process. You must act in a certain way. Your present action will be with a divided mind and will not be effective. Act now. There is never any time but now. Do not bother as to whether yesterday's work was well done or ill done. Do not wait for a change of environment before you act. Use your present environment as the means of getting into a better one. Hold the vision of yourself in the job you want. Your vision and faith will set the creative force in motion. In its original state, permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. The world is advanced only by those who more than fill their present places. If no man quite filled his present place, you can see that there must be a going backward in everything. Do every day all that can be done that day. Every act is in itself either a success or a failure. Every efficient act is a success in itself, and if every act of your life is an efficient one, your whole life must be a success. The cause of failure is doing too many things in an inefficient manner and not doing enough things in an efficient manner. If you do not do any inefficient acts, and if you do a sufficient number of efficient acts, you will become rich. Success depends on possessing well-developed faculties required in your business. Faculties are tools, essential to have them, but must use them in the right way. You can get rich in any business by developing talents. Best to do what you're best fitted for, yet most satisfying to do what you want. You're not obliged to do what you don't like. Past mistakes may necessitate it temporarily. Change by growth, not haste. No hurry, plenty of opportunity. Cultivate gratitude and deep faith. Act without haste, worry, or fear. Hurrying makes you a competitor, not a creator. Be steady in faith, purpose, and gratitude. In your current business, ensure every interaction conveys the impression of increase. This desire for more is innate to all, fundamental to life itself. Whether in business or social encounters, let your actions radiate unshakable faith in your own progress and in enriching others. Avoid boastfulness. True confidence needs no proclamation. People naturally gravitate toward those who offer growth and opportunity. Never seek power over others. That path is competitive, not creative. Instead, strive for mutual benefit, following the principle: what I desire for myself, I desire for everyone. This mindset fosters abundance and attracts prosperity effortlessly. No matter your profession, physician, teacher, clergyman, the key is to impart increase to others. The physician who envisions success and applies faith will attract patients. Likewise, clergy who teach abundance from the pulpit will gather loyal followers. Teachers who inspire with an advancing life philosophy are always in demand. Every profession benefits from the infallible principles described here. Wage earners too can succeed by holding a clear vision and working with purpose. Radiate purpose in every interaction to attract opportunities. The advancing mindset, coupled with faith, attracts divine assistance and opens doors to greater opportunities. Study and apply these principles diligently. Success and riches will follow assuredly. All things originate from a thinking substance that fills the universe. Thoughts impressed upon this substance manifest as reality. Transition from a competitive to a creative mindset aligns with the formless intelligence, which is always creative. Gratitude harmonizes man's thoughts with this intelligence, facilitating creation. To get rich, one must 1. Form a clear mental image of desires. 2. Hold this image with unwavering faith and deep gratitude. 3. Contemplate the vision regularly to impress it upon the formless. 4. Actively pursue goals, exceeding expectations in every task. 5. Ensure every transaction adds value beyond cash, fostering growth. 6. Radiate an impression of increase to all interactions. Those who follow these principles will undoubtedly achieve riches proportional to their vision, purpose, faith, and gratitude. Ready to unlock a universe of wisdom? Subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, and enjoy the power of knowledge.